whatever we are going to do in the workshop that we will have in Goa, it will be a very different story and in a much, much deeper way. But I just thought since we are talking today about work, let's talk first also a little bit about why soul group constellation is important and why the demand of these constellations are becoming more and more every single day, right? So, uh, because for so many years, when I'm talking so many years means in thousands I'm talking, okay? I'm not talking about few years back, 10 years back, 15 years back. I'm not talking about it. But for so many years now, first of all, just a second, am I audible to you people or do I need to change my mic system? Is it
Loud
okay?
and clear. Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay. So many years, like almost thousands years, it has been seen that the focus of people have moved more from the families to the countries, right? The nation, the country, the belief systems, and then the religion came in. So focus from the family system has not been there so much for so many years now, which is now have started affecting our DNA. So if you will see for so many years, there are either fights happening, battles happening in between the countries or between the among many countries, whether it is world wars or any other thing that you see, whatever has happened with different countries, with the invading other countries and trying to take over the control of other countries. So people, and on the whole, awam jise kehte hain, the people, public whom we call, everybody's focus and consciousness is on that wider thing. But because of that, what happened? So much of pain, so much of sadness, and so much of lower energies were happening in this on the earth. And but unfortunately, Earth's own frequency is increasing. We all know about how the ascension is coming, and by 2028, how the Earth's frequency is going to enter the third phase, which is now in the second phase. First phase was for years, thousands of years, it was 7.8 hertz. And then we reached to the, by 2012, when it was the epitome, the shift came, we are now around 14.68. And by 2028, we are going to be plus 20, the frequency. Now, Earth's own frequency is increasing, but because of so much of suffering, so much of pain around us, because of the wars and everything, our frequencies are going down. So the gap in my frequency and the Schumann resonance is too much. And therefore, we are not in sync with it. And more people physically are getting the diseases now. So when we worked on it, one, Dr. Bert Hellinger realized this whole story is coming from the very simple thing. And that thing is that we are in a situation where we are focusing everywhere, but the smaller metrics of ours, which is our family system, that's where we are not focusing. So he's been working on it for many, many years now. And for him, he realized the only way to be in sync with the Earth's frequency or to increase our frequency higher, the most
मम्मी को
important.
पहले दे दो पहले मम्मी को दे रहे हो
So, so because of that, it is very important that we focus on our families because that's where is the core. See, if you are not happy in your family life, see how you behave in the offices when you go, which is a little wider horizon. And if you're not happy with the work that you are doing in the office, your bosses, or the what you're getting from your work, it starts affecting in the neighborhood your behavior, or maybe in the city, or maybe you revolt, or there is civil war, and then there is dissatisfaction, and then country wars, and all these things do come. It's like a domino effect. So family systems are becoming important. When you study for family systems, you do understand that unless there is peace at home and we understand the family systems and the value of the family systems, we will never be able to be in sync with the higher frequencies. So there are many, many points, which of course we will be talking when we will do the workshop about it. I want to bring us basic family system, but family system is a balancing. It is a balance. The only thing on which a family system thrives is balancing. Okay. Now, what does balancing means? Nothing. Since we are talking about the frequencies, we are talking about the energies. And since we are talking about the energies, the balancing of energies in the family systems are very, very important. Now, what does exactly it means? It means in a family system. So I would this time once again want to give you people the example of a wind chime. If you look at a wind chime, you will see there is always a triangle. They call it a disc, or it is a ring. And there are many members hanging there. Each member that is hanging in the wind chime has a different shape, different size, different weight, mass, and different places. There, it is not like merry-go-round that all of them are put at the uh, uh, same height. No, something is higher. Some members, depending on their weight and their mass and their place, they have different place in the. And then when the wind blows, there is a very soothing sound from the. This happens from the wind chime happens. But even if while you're making, and you don't make it scientifically, if you try to make it at home, you have to see all these things. If you go and on Google and check the making of wind chime, you will see there are many points you have to consider. And if you don't consider, then the the mass or the place of any one member is not correct. You will not get that nice sound that gives us a happiness. Similarly, and that balancing in the wind chime is very important. And exactly that's the balancing we need in our family system. So people who are born before others in the family system, they are on hierarchy. So their energy is different, has to be different than people who are born later. So in a simple way, if I will say, if a father is there, his energy has to be the energy of a provider, right? If the mother is there, her energy has to be of a nurturer. But if for certain reasons, a child starts becoming a nurturer or a provider in the family, or a grandfather continues providing without the support of the son who is the next to him, and things like that, when they happen, the family system gets disturbed. And when the family system gets disturbed, that actually is the time that the frequency of that family goes very down. Now, when we talk about balancing, when the father is a provider, the child has to be receiver, right? Then the child has to give respect and trust to the father, and then father has to be the receiver of that trust and that respect. Balancing will only happen then. All right. But if a child is giving more than what he's receiving, the balance will go away of the family. So for example, and it can be not necessary that we don't understand, it is out of unawareness. No, it can be a circumstance also. So for example, if somebody's father is a handicap, now what will happen? A child in the family, especially if it's a male child, he will become provider and take the place of the father very soon at a very young age, even when he's not prepared for it, when he's not even ready for it. So he will become a giver. And now the father is dependent on this child. Even if a child is giving lots of respect to the father, I am not denying that. Even then, he is giving more than what father was supposed to give. Father is receiving more, child is giving more. This becomes a disbalance. And then how the domino effects happens? Then simply, if a child is giving more and getting less, there is a negative charges in him. Negative in the sense, emptiness is there. There is a void. Because if I'm giving you more and I'm not getting what I'm supposed to get from you, naturally there will be lack. There will be a void. There will be emptiness in me. Now, I cannot look forward or upon my father to complete that emptiness of mine. So I will live with that emptiness. And then what happens? One day, when the child becomes the father himself, he will become a father with emptiness. So now you see the father had emptiness because he is receiving more and not giving. So he's already with the plus energy. The child is giving more, not receiving what he's supposed to receive from the father. So he is in a negative lack energy. When he's in the lack energy and he has children, even if he is fine, he's earning, he's providing, he's not handicapped, nothing. But he has emptiness, which means he does not have complete energy in him. And if he has emptiness, where will he fill it up with? Then on a subconscious mind, these fathers start looking to fill up this emptiness and they start appealing their children who are not supposed to be giving, who are here to receive. They start looking at them to receive from them. So even if the other child is not giving the money, doesn't matter. At least he'll start getting emotions from the child. He'll start depending on the child for his emotions. And now the next generation is also going to work with emptiness, because the time when I was supposed to fill up energy in me, so that when I grow up, I can pass it on my children, I am actually in deficiency, in lack, because I have started giving it to my father, who has emptiness. And his emptiness is coming from his father. So do you see how if one person in the family is not able to receive or give exactly what I'm supposed to receive and give, the emptiness will happen. The disbalancing in the subconscious mind will happen for sure. This is called disbalancing. This balancing is very important. How do you balance in any family? Family is a very collective conscience of yours. Okay, which means me, my parents, my people, my aunt, my uncle, my father's first wife, my stepbrother, sisters, the original family, the coming family, they all are part of the collective conscience. And in that, balancing is very important. I must balance it. So whatever I get, as much as I get, I give it back. But as we all know, energies cannot be created or destroyed. So we keep changing the way. We keep changing the, what do you call it? We keep we keep transforming the form of the energy. So what I get, I have to give. If I can give it back to you, very good. But if you choose not to receive, or for certain reasons you are not available to receive, then I'll give it to somebody else. But I will keep the balance. And now the other person who has it, he will give it to somebody else because now he's got too much extra. And this continues till it becomes a part of my DNA. And then we call it the family is dysfunctional. And if the family is dysfunctional, nobody in that family can have balanced energy. And if you do not have balanced energy, there is absolutely no way that you are comfortable or in sync with the energy or the frequency of the energy of the earth. Schumann resonance, you are not in sync with it. And if you are not in sync with that, then your tribe is also not in sync with it. So because many families create one tribe. So the tribe is also not in balance. And if the tribe is not working and not in sync with the Schumann resonance, then the nation is not in balance. And if the nation is not there, then nations around you are not in balance. And this is the only reason why everybody is fighting, one nation is fighting with another. There is no logic behind the fights, the wars. Wars do not need logics. Wars happen because my frequency is not in sync with your frequency. So at the moment, where is the focus of universe? Universe's complete focus is making sure that every family gets into balancing act. Because universe understands that's the only way to work on the frequency, higher frequency of earth. If every family is in sync. Right? You know that at this moment, we are having constant cosmic support from the universe on the earth. Constantly, we are hearing every day, there is a cosmic shower happening. We can see the cosmic shower here. We can see. So NASA is working on those showers and they have realized that the frequency of that shower that is happening cosmically, which is coming to earth, has the same frequency and the same microstructure and the same spectrogram as of the love and the healing. It's all the same. So we are constantly being bombarded by the love energy from the universe, from the galaxies, Milky Ways, to increase our frequency towards healing and love energy. And therefore, all of a sudden, there is a lot of need to balance the family energies and the knowledge of family systems, how it works. Energy is how they work. I'm not talking about family systems, how the elder brother works, the younger one works. I am not talking about the parents and the nurturing and the providing. I'm not talking any of things. I'm just talking about how the energies in a family system is balanced so that the healing, the love, and the compassion can be experienced by everyone. So suddenly, everybody's talking about family systems. You know, in Western countries, in our time, our generation, it was something of great proud they used to feel, of great, uh, it was something to see They used to look at these things with a great appreciation that we do not spoil our children. The moment kids are 14 years, we tell them go out and work and start earning yourself. Whereas in the Eastern countries, 14 to 18, 20, forget it, parental care would go sometimes to 25 and 30 years old. And they used to feel very proud of the fact that the moment the child is ready, we tell them, if you can't do anything, go take the newspaper and put newspaper to everybody, but earn your own money. We make them independent. The child was born and put in the nursery. They were not allowed to stay with the parents, and they thought that was a very, very good way of working and bringing up kids. They would never, ever pick up kids in their laps all the time. The whole pram culture came from Western countries. They would put the child in the pram away from you. And that's how the kids were growing up. But today, and then we people from Eastern countries started following them, thinking, oh, that's a better way. What they're doing is good. What they're doing is better. So now, full of Asia or full of Eastern countries are full of prams. And these people in the Western countries have stopped buying prams. They have now, what you call it, the child thing where they put the child.
Sling.
Yeah.
We call it sling.
Yes. Next to their, so the child is next to their heart. You will see all the celebrities, you will see everyone in Western. Now they pick up their children in their lap and they walk the way we used to, our grandmothers used to walk once upon a time. Why? Because they have understood the value of family systems. We are losing it this side. We have to get it back. We need that balancing where I get back what I am contributing in this family. And when I am talking about family, there are many people who are included in the family. I think I have said in my last time in my one of the videos also, who are the people who are in the family? Everyone is included in the family. Children who are born, children who are not born, grandparents, ancestors. Now, grandparents also, if you see the tree, you will realize it moves in two directions. One is your father and his ancestors, mother's ancestors. So just imagine, by the time you are in the third generation, there are 64 ancestors already of yours minimum, at least in our sides. Because then the siblings are there. Unborn children are there, miscarriages are there, abortions are there. Anybody in the family who gets handicapped, we exclude them. They are there. Also, your parents, if they have previous partners, if it is you're the product of a second marriage or second relationship, so the previous partners, whether they have died or divorced, they're also part of you and your family system. So even their life, their thought process, their sufferings matters a lot to disturb your balancing. Yes. So balancing is the most important thing, and we are going to learn it in the module 1 itself. And we are going to learn how to balance it. This is also, by the end of the day, the objective of any therapy. Any therapy, when I'm saying, it's not about soul group constellation. It is not about constellation work. Any therapy means any modality that you use, from Reiki to hypnotherapy to Access bar to Theta healing, name it. Everywhere, the ultimate objective is to create the balancing in the family system. Once it is done in the family system, 100%. Rest of your associations with the country, with the work, with your organization, with people you have employed, they all will come into place. So balancing is the most important thing at the moment. Anybody has any question on this topic, you can ask me now. Go ahead.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
You can
Good
hear you.
evening. Good evening.
Please introduce your name and tell me who is it.
My name is Jayan Nambudiri.
Jayan?
Jayan Nambudiri.
Jayan Nambudiri. Hanji. Yeah.
Kerala.
Yeah.
I am a behavior therapist.
Okay.
In my clinical experience, to balance in the family life, first they need to understand together. Second thing is, every person is required affection, approval, and achievement. Same way, if you are draw a triangle, 3 elements are there. One is food. Food is the easy way to enter the heart.
Yeah.
Second is communication. For the communication, we allow to communicate each together. Both person need to speak, both person need to listen. If third person is required, then we can enter the third person into there. They can do fight, not in front of others. If they fight together, same day they need to resolve the problems. For the resolving the problem, there is a one medicine is available, that is sexual relationship. And the third one is sexual life. This sexual relationship is required minimum once in a week, maximum twice in a week. And while they having the sexual relationship, they are not allowed the children to sleep together in that room. That will be creating a lot of problems. So if these 3 areas we are concentrating, we can balance our family life.
So,
if the couples or the families sexual relationship is okay, the family will be happy, healthy family.
correct. So, Jayan, what is your question?
No, I just given some information only.
Yeah, okay.
Not a question.
So now, since you have given the information, let me tell you, you are talking from the behavioral issue system,
Yeah.
which is coming only from the conscious mind of people who are living in a family, mother, father, children.
Yes.
Right? That is not the tribe. That does not affect, this affects the conscious mind. This needs to be done, this needs to be done, this is to be done. This is written in all the books. Everywhere in the world, for the last 1,000 years, we all know what we should be doing, what is needed to be done. But why are we not doing it? That's the question. If you know everything, then every single family should be very, very happy. How difficult it is? How difficult it is to have communication correctly, because if you know what you need to do. How difficult it is to sleep together and have sexual life sorted. Everybody knows these are things. Why we are not doing? Why there is so much of issues in the families? Why there is a war? What you are talking is called personal consciousness. Very personal conscience. What we are talking about is collective conscience and then spiritual conscience, which is wider, away from me, my wife, my husband. We are not talking behavior at all. Everybody knows that we all have a behavior which is best for my survival. But the problem is why there is a threat to survival. We need to work on that. We need to understand that. We need to solve that. Why? I have to behave always in either I am fighting or I am flighting. Why? Because the collective conscience is not balanced. That is the reason why we have to go out of soul. We do things like soul group constellations, or there are many other therapies which are done on the subconscious level, because we know what we have to do and we are not able to do it. And that's why I should be able to do. And who is not letting me do is my subconscious mind. Where is my survival?
Okay.
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 So, yeah. So when I'm talking about soul group constellation, we are talking much, much, much beyond that.
Yes.
And therefore, in this program that I'm doing, Soul Group Constellation Teaching, FTP we call it, which is where I'm going to create facilitators who can use this modality to heal many other people in their background and surrounding, are mostly people who are empaths and who are already have an intention of serving humankind. They are already the healers or they are the therapists, and now they want to go much deeper. So from the small family of 3 people or one person's subconscious mind, now they need to work on a broader place, which is your ancestors, which is your other people in your tribe, whoever is there in your environment. That's why this program we are doing in Goa. It's
Okay.
much deeper, yes.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Ms. Neerja, since Jayan and few more are new over here on this platform today, if you can briefly touch upon the basics of the program, what we're doing, when we're doing, it will be a good idea for them also to understand.
Okay.
I am first time joined this, ma'am.
Yeah, I know,
Oh.
Jayan. Welcome.
No, same day, I have organizing one international conference on positive psychology and parenting. After completing that program, I just joined.
Okay, good. I am so glad that many of you are doing things like that on behaviors and the parenting and giving knowledge to people, because actually we are never taught how to be a good parent. We are taught everything else, or how to be a right parent. Now, having said this, you people who have joined before must have seen the Soul Group Constellation PPT, the type of work that we do. If you have seen it, then you understand that this is a program, this is a modality where we work with the whole soul group of yours. So in this, many people will get together and we pick up the core issue of one person, any person who wants the therapy to be done. And then that person sits in a corner. He will not participate. So neither his conscious mind nor subconscious mind will interfere. Why? Because my conscious mind is what my environment has taught me. And I'm using that. My society taught me, my caste taught me, my elders taught me, everybody taught me what to do, how to behave. Unfortunately, we are trying to do it and we are not happy. The
Okay.
energy is not of a happy energy. So something they are teaching, I'm not saying what they're teaching is wrong. The sanskar and the society, what they're teaching is correct, but we are teaching them more fear-based than explaining them the reason why they should do what. So what happens is, whatever is I receive consciously from my environment, after some times, it is processed and it becomes a part of my subconscious mind. So when I am working in my relationships or anything in life, I am using my conscious and subconscious mind. So what we do is, the person who has an issue, we don't use his conscious or subconscious mind. We make him sit down. Our belief is that the subconscious mind of all the people sitting in the soul group is collective. So my subconscious mind, Anita sitting here, Jayan's, Kavita's, we all have the same collective subconscious mind, and it affects each other a lot. Consciously, you have different views, you look different. Anita looks different, I look different, Kavita different, because consciously we are brought up, our society has brought up differently. So in this process, in this therapy, other people sitting in the soul group starts playing, we just give the intention, whatever is the reason for this issue, let it come in. We call it a grid, which we teach you how to create a grid with a particular energy and a particular intention. Once that is there, then anybody and everybody who is working, they start representing your members of the family, maybe original, which is your parents' family, maybe your present if you are married, maybe your ancestors, maybe your ancestors who have gone through partitions, maybe your ancestors who have suffered wars, and broad away. They play that role, and whatever is not balanced in them, which they have taken but were not able to give it back, or gave it back but could not take it back. Whatever reason was there to create that disbalance, it is now affecting the present alive members of the family. And for that, you do not need your complete family sitting there. Or people of your soul group is your family. And they're going to represent exactly your family members. And that's why we bring the balance therapeutically. So if anybody has any issue, say, for example, in my case, once when we were doing a constellation, my grandmother appeared, and she is the one who was affected because of the partition that happened in Pakistan and India, because we are from Punjab. So she was affected until date. I am suffering it. My sisters are suffering. My father suffered. And my children also, I can see it. Nothing. It's not that because of the partition, we lost our money there, we lost the land there, and therefore now we don't have the money. No, we have enough money. But the thought process of uncertainty that somebody will come and snatch away my money, that thought process is there, which is not balanced. For a family system, this type of uncertainty, this type of fear is not good for the family to progress. So you see how my grandmother, whom probably I didn't even see, is affecting my generation and my children's generation also. So we go and see where the disbalancing is coming. Even if it is coming from some of the ancestors, the people in the soul group will play the roles of your ancestors, and we will balance it then. This process is called soul group constellation. If I have to heal my great grandmother, then she needs to be healed. We have to pull out the energy. She has excess energy of feeling insecurity, that somebody will come, I'll sleep at night, in the morning, my land, my money, my gold, everything is gone. So I have to heal that ancestors, her feeling of insecurity. So this, I'm giving a small example. So sometimes in a grid, there are 5 people standing from your family, and everybody has a different disbalancing issue. So we heal all of them. That's called soul group constellation. Your soul group will create a constellation of your life, and they will heal everyone. So that the healing is effective not only with you, but coming generations. So your DNA is healed. Because when the DNA of your ancestors will heal, that's exactly the DNA you are carrying. So again, dominus effect, ultimately your DNA will also be healed. And this is what we do in soul group constellation.
Yeah, so I see Maria joining in, and she is from Goa. So once she's completely in, I would like you to talk about the Goa thing. It's where we
Well,
are.
I'm sure she would be knowing more
Yeah,
about Goa than me. But let me, so I don't think Goa is one place where any introduction is needed. In India, and not only India, I am in Middle East. I stay in Dubai. And the moment I tell them that I'm conducting a program in Goa, oh, wow, Goa. That's their reaction. So everybody understands Goa very well. However, We know it's a coastal place in India, the most beautiful, the best place, the most serene environment. There is a reason why I wanted to make it a residential course, because this is a very deep work, and we are going to work every day, morning to evening for 5 days, which means the amount of healing of every person who is going to participate is going to happen, and so much deep that definitely when your cells are changing, your DNA is changing, you're breaking the bond of the time, all these things are happening. You need an environment of complete spirituality, where you talk that language, you hear that language, you have that environment. If you are at home and you do this course, of course, I'll do it for people also. If not now, then some other time, for people who can do it from home also. I mean, by staying in their city also, I will do it. If not now, next year, another year. But what I'm trying to say is, when you're there, then you work the whole day. Your cells are in the process of shifting. Your DNA is still shifting, and you go back home to the same environment again. So whatever hard work we have done, sometimes it can be affected. So I prefer to do it residential. It is for 5 days. And so the point is, we have got it. People, my first preference is, and I'm working for people who already are in some therapeutic modality, any one of them, who understand energy work and who are already practicing some therapeutic modality. Conscious mind, subconscious mind, doesn't matter. So that is my first preference, and to teach them so that they become facilitator themselves and start conducting these soul group constellations wherever they are in their environment. So that this is spread over, more and more families are benefited. Alone me, how much I can do. And like I was saying in my first, this thing, I'm going to be 65 now this year. So time for me to pass on the legacy. Whatever I have worked on, whatever learned, whatever I've researched, it should be passed on to my students and other people, other students also. That's my first thing. There are many people who have been asking me if it is possible for them to come and get the therapies done only, and if they don't want to learn. Yes, we can do that. We have just decided to do that because too many people were asking for it. But for that, only 7th, 8th, and 9th of July, 3 days are kept for them. 5th and 6th, I'm going to work only with my students. And then 7th, 8th, and 9th, me and my students will then work with them. People who only want to get this. So 3 days is for them and 5 days is for my students. That's how I'm planning to do it. Any question, other question anybody wants to ask? Yeah. Yeah, the property is definitely, because agar aap Goa gaye and if you're not on the beach, then what is a good idea of going to Goa? So definitely we have made sure that this is a 4-star property on the beach. And since many of us are there, we have got very good rates from the hotel, and we have passed all the benefits to you.
There are some people who say that, will I be able to practice the modality straight after the course, or do I need to submit any cases?
No, cases will be submitted when you are doing the practice, because once you have learned the theory, and then I will ask you people to do the constellation with each other. And that's the time I will have my feedback for you people who went, how you did, right, wrong, what else you could do. Not only me, your other student batchmates will also give you feedback. This also could have been done. Maybe I was thinking it this way. What made you think that way? We want, when you practice in my class under my observation, by the time you leave that class, you should be able to handle it yourself. No, I will not take any examinations. While you are doing it, every single person will get the chance to facilitate in the class. And that's where I will give the feedback. No competition. Who has done the best? Who has done the worst? No. Nobody is the best. Nobody is the worst. We, in any case, have, because of these exams and the way we work and our education system is, in any case, when it comes to exams, we all have so many inner children. And believe me, I am now for so many years, I'm practicing. I have not been able to heal that inner child of mine who has a fear of exam, even till date. Ajbi, when I sleep many times, if I have to appear somewhere with something new, I still see the dreams where I'm going to write examination paper and I'm writing and writing and nothing is happening, or I've forgotten. Today is my English paper and I have learned physics and I have gone and suddenly I am told there, no, it's English paper. So which means till date, I have that fear in spite of the fact that I've worked so much on my inner children. So no, I don't want to trigger anybody's inner child with competition. Who's the best? Everybody is the best.
So if you can finally give a brief about how many modules are there, what all can be expected since there are new people. So
we are on whole, see, different people teach constellations in a different way. Some people say 8 or 9 modules. So each level will have 3 modules. So they feel 9 modules. I am not doing anything like that. And I'm not doing the program that every level is for 1 day or 2 days. No, straight away for 5 days. And there will be 3 modules. That's it, simple. At this age, I want everything very simple in my life. I don't want to complicate it. Okay, so 5 days, 3 modules. Every module will be there after 4 to 5 months, depending and asking my students when they are available. Availability should be for everyone, but this much time we give you to practice at home and do as many constellations you want to do. Please do that. Go ahead and do it. And then 3 modules. Each module will have a different topic. First module, I'm going to talk to you the basic principles of family systems, how conscience work, and what is the entanglements and the balancing and all those things, much in detail. A lot of work on that in module. And then how to move your constellation in module 1. So from one conscience, how you move it to the second conscience, then you move it to the third conscience, and then the wisdom. That's what we'll do in module 1. Module 2 is when you have clients whom you have to work one-to-one. So there are methods, like we call it a paper method, we call it a puppet method, and other methods, which I am going to teach in module 2, along with other principles, so more advanced principles, and of course the practice in more advanced way. The third one is going to be the most intense, which will teach you how you are different and much more deeper than ordinary normal family constellations. What will make you have an edge over other family constellations, because then that's where you will learn soulful constellations. And there we will teach you how to heal individual client, individual member of every family, dead or alive, excluded or included. That's what we will teach you, along with many modalities of therapies, which is not only the therapies that we do in hypnotherapy, many others also.
there is a direct message from someone who says, is there any possibility of making the payments in installments?
If this question was asked last month, I would have said
No,
yes.
right now.
So now, because you have asked, now see, we will start in July. Yes, you can pay it in installments as long as before we start the class, the fee is paid completely for this level. So next module, you can start paying every month, whatever you can collect little bit. And so that by the time you come to do your next module, it is paid. But this time, you can do it weekly. If you want to do, yeah, weekly, we can have an installment, but not monthly, not this time.
If there is any other question, yeah.
Come again?
Yes, Neerja ma'am, I just wanted to ask that the account number is international. So if my app doesn't have that facility, so do you have an Indian account where we can transfer the
We
money?
have spoken about it, and my problem is I am now an NRI officially. So if I will take directly, I am registered here. My bank is over here, and the certificate that you will get is registered. That course is registered here in Dubai. So there
Okay.
will be too many complications. But I will definitely help you to make your payments. You don't worry about it.
Okay.
And if your bank app is not there, you can always do it through the Western Union, or you can go and put it in, you can go to the bank and then deposit directly on the international this thing. You can do it. Basically, sometimes your settings are not there. So sometimes when we have an app, they give you the settings that
Yes, that international
international is allowed. So check
yes,
that.
yes.
Yeah, that can help you. Yeah,
Okay.
because yeah, I don't want Mr. Modi to get worried what's happening here. So neat and clean everything. Any other question?
Okay, so they can connect with you or me or Shalini to.
We have three. I am available on WhatsApp, and now I am also available on WhatsApp calls, which was not there before. Okay, so you can call me now on my WhatsApp call. Otherwise, for most of the details, there are two numbers already given, one by Kavita and the one is with Shalini. You people can call any of them. Both of them will have all the details. They will answer you every question. But if there is a technical question or subject-related question, I'm always available. Yeah. I think email address is also there. And Kavita, please, will you put the Soul Group Constellation email also over here?
Yeah.
Other than my personal this number email.
Onto the group. Onto the group, you want me to put the
Yeah,
email?
yeah, please put it there on the group. If you all people are already in the group of FTP, it's good.
All of them are there.
But if you people are not, please join us over there. All of them are here in the group, FTP group, then it is very good. But if not, then send messages to any of one of us and we will send you the link to join that group where we will keep on putting all the things. I'll be putting more videos. I'll be putting more ideas, telling you more and more about Soul Group Constellation. So by the time you reach for the class, maybe you are able to teach me. You will be ready to become my facilitator, but come over. I'll be putting more of it. Okay? You know, sometimes, not sometimes, most of the time, my students, whenever I have any issue and supposing it comes there, my students send me the message, why don't you do this? You should try this. You should have this, have strength, have control. These things happen. And all those things which I have taught them, they come back to me. So again, balancing is very important. Whatever I have given out in the universe, it has to come back to me. Then the balancing happens. Most of the time, it's my students whom I give and they only give it back to me. Sometimes I give it out to you people, but I need something which my students do not know. Then somehow or the other, my mentors or teachers or somewhere in Instagram or somewhere I hear and I get it back, that energy. Balancing is important.
One thing I wanted to ask.
Yes, Manisha.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to ask, when the healing is done in this way, so
family members who are not even connected, whom you have lost touch, or so all when you heal a matter, suppose whatever, like Neerja ma'am gave the example of partitions. So when she did the healing, so uh, you're not in contact with all the family members, larger family. So is it everything is healed? Just like her daddies, all her connections were healed, or only the connections connected with Neerja madam were healed?
See, I'll tell you. So, for example, my grandmother is healed. So her DNA is now healed. You
Okay.
know, and you understand how DNAs are healed because of the RNA. RNA receives all the information, all the healing. If you remember how DNAs heal. So they have an RNA which are called receptors. So when they are open, and they can only be open through love energy. So when they're open, they receive healing, they receive information, they receive whatever new information you're giving to them. And that ultimately affects the DNA. Now just imagine how many people my grandmother must have given her DNA to. She herself had 4 sons. And then every son has 4 kids. And then now the next generation has 2, 3 kids. So can you see how it has affected the DNA of so many people who are not even aware or who are not even alive now? That is the effect of energies balancing happens. That's the effect. So anybody who has
Here
even
you heal the ancestor DNA from the soul, and all the lineage is healed.
the whole lineage, whoever has it, unknown or known, which also includes, so for example, if my daddy had a child who was not known in the family, maybe their DNA will also. That's the power of energy, which we keep talking about the movies like Matrix and all these things. That's the power. That's what creates Matrix. And therefore, I say this is the most powerful modality that has been founded. And many of you have experienced it. In fact, many of you have experienced it. That's why you all are sitting here. Yeah. Any other question? Anybody, any other question?
I think we can call it a day now. So thank you everyone for joining in, and thank you, Ms. Neerja,
Thank you,
for
ma'am.
the information as always. You are the best. So take care everyone. We will see you next time very soon.
See you people very soon in Goa. Go
Yeah.
Goa. Go Goa. Okay?
Yeah, go Goa.
Go Goa.
Bye.
Bye.